Today, I want to talk about how to overcome money blocks. This is something that is coming up for me today, for enough for me to pay attention to it. And so I had a reaction, and this is the thing, it doesn't matter really what happened. What matters is, okay, there was a reaction to something related to money. This is what you always have to do, not believing the story. That's the first thing you can do to start to alchemize it, because if you're stuck with the story and you believe in the feeling is real and you think that it's guidance or something like that, you're fooling yourself. You have to just realize that whatever you're feeling does not match something, some thought that you have entertained. Maybe it was so fast that you didn't recognize what thought it was, but it's always a thought. There's always something, a thought or a belief. There's always an angle to it. It doesn't necessarily need to be a word, but it's always a perception. And that's what we have to realize, that feeling of feeling bad when it comes to some kind of financial reason is just identify that, okay, I thought something or believed something that was not correct. By the way, I also want to mention that if you're one of those people that just goes and does these kind of money rituals and cleanses and stuff like that, it's okay to do that, but you're kind of offering it up to something else to help you. And that is good. It's good to do that. But that help usually comes in the form of someone giving you the right information so that you can change. You still have to do the work. But what you're asking for is you're asking for grace. Like if you're asking for $1 million, if that's what you want, then the things that will stop you from getting there will come up. That's why it's good to have a goal. Because if you know what you want, what experience you want to have, or what future life you want to have, do you want kids? Do you want, what kind of sexual experiences do you want? Like anything is something that you have to design for yourself. And so once you have defined that, then, and you know that's what you want, and everyone is doing this. Even if you're not making a physical manifestation list, everyone is having preferences. And those preferences are the same as goals. So, I had this experience, I definitely don't want to have that again. I think I want this instead. So there is always a springboard that is happening energetically. So you don't have to watch all of these things, but when it comes up, identify it. That's the best way to do it. Have some objective that you want to accomplish. Let's say that it's a money goal in this case, because it's very related to the topic. And then what's important is then that you set that as a goal, figure out what you need to do to get that, like make sure that you have avenues that is logically possible for you to have that come in. Because if you're living on an island and you are hoping for the universe to support you, but you are hating the government and bank systems and all of that, so you don't even have a bank account, I mean, yes, you can get chickens, but you're kind of limiting the universe's possibility to get through to you, to actually give you something. So it's important to comprehend the full picture of where you're at, you know? Like, what avenues do you have opened? So that's the first thing, like have an avenue open, at least, because you have to tell the universe, yeah, this is my shop. This is how you can pay me. It can just be a donation, of course, but you know, what are you providing the world, and what are you receiving in compensation for that? So having that first, all of the logical field, which is important. I mean, it's almost like I'm laughing, but it is very important, because I know many of people in the spiritual field that are kind of a little bit more towards the hippie, and then it's nothing wrong about hippies. I love the free mentality, but I do think that there's a practicality that needs to be anchored if you're going to actually embody yourself as a divine being. If you have a purpose here, I mean, if your purpose is to just be a rock and just beam light there, I mean, who am I to judge how each person chooses to express themselves, as long as it is their true divine beaming out of them? That's really what I care about. So, and I can feel intuitively, and I read when someone is off and when someone is aligned. So it's quite easy for me when I have someone that I actually talk to actually gauge what they're saying, if they're off, if there's like, I can feel people quite well. And so I use that, obviously, because that is my gauge to figure out what's going on around me. And so that's something that I trust a lot. Okay, where were we? Sometimes I have these little things that I want to fit in, and then it's important to make sure that we're back on track. So then, once you're heading in that direction, you have a structure in mind, you have a goal, you want money. Okay, so there is a way for the universe to get to you. That's the first thing. Then it comes the actual meat of the game, which most people are sometimes struggling with, and that is what to do, how to shift these things, because if they have a feeling, they just panic, and then they go into panic. Instead of realizing that the mere fact that you have any kind of distorted feelings towards money, that means that, what am I believing? That's false. That should be your first, number one, immediate, something I'm believing is wrong. That's the first thing, very important. And that goes for everything, by the way. And then, what is it? You actually, you don't have to know what it is, but you sort of need to know what it is. Like, it's good to figure out the energetic hold. Sometimes it's just, it could be sentence wise, and you can start to actually inject a good and opposite end frequency about money. And it's not thoughts. It's thoughts are one way to try and guide people to do it with energy. But the real, if you're repeating something mentally, that will definitely work. But you're repeating it mentally so that you get more into the feeling of it. But when it is actually about the feeling, the more you can embody those things, that's when you will see a really big change. So it is actually about changing your mind about what the reality is. Like, yes, we're living in a reality that is abundance. That is abundant. I trust that God, Source, the universe, is looking after me. I know that the service that I provide, the work that I put in, is of care for other people. I want other people to thrive with the love that I'm pouring into these videos, for example. So I know that I am providing and being of value. I trust that you have my back, God. I trust that you have my back. And start to, you might not believe it at first, but just keep going, keep feeling like, yes, I know God has my back. Like, I've had these moments before, and it's been fine. Something has always happened. I've had these feelings before, and they have been wrong, actually. So I don't have to be protected from that anymore. I'm okay, actually. I trust in my ability to create. I trust in the abundance, and I receive. And if you experience something, like if you see a penny on the floor, just say, thank you, I know it's working, I am receiving, and take it and say thank you. Because that is a way of including that in your whole energy structure. Needs to feel that you're receiving. If you're believing all of this and then you're saying no to people offering to help you or something, that is you saying no to someone. Just realize that the energy that you put out is what you get back. So just realize that. Start to say yes more when you do receive, even if it's with a smile. Smile back, let it touch you. That energy is receiving. I receive this energy in form of a joy, which leads to abundance of anything else, also money. It's nice, huh? It's nice to feel good, knowing that you're safe, that you're providing the energy that is needed to receive. Thank you. Thank you. I trust in you. I trust in you. And then keep going. And every time you feel any distortions, then go back to that feeling. Yes, I trust. I know that this is a little energy disturbance that is on its way out. I used to believe something inaccurate, but now I know you got my back. I trust you. Thank you. Thank you. Every time anything like this comes up, you keep going back to that. Train yourself to just be grateful and start to open up the energy channels of receiving. And before you know it, keep going like this every single day, and do that every single day for 33 days. You're going to see miracles. I promise you. I promise you. It's a done deal much before that. But if you do that 33 days, start seeing it rain. I hope this helped you. Let me know what you're inviting in. Share with me in the comment if you want. It would be nice. And I'll see you in the next one. Oh, by the way, actually, I wanted to mention that I've added a link now in the description for anyone who is interested to start to be one of my first people that will join the Holistic Optimizer program. This is a program specially designed for people going through these kind of transformations like I just talked about right now. And if you're interested in having some more personal one-on-one or some group guided please check out the link in the description. It's called holisticoptimizer.com. That's the website. But you can just click the description. You'll find the link in the profile. I don't remember exactly all the steps right now, but I'm sure you'll find it. If you're interested in that, please sign up there, and I would love to talk with you. All right, take care. Ciao.